You are tuning in late to the apocalypse. Welcome to Brains, a D&D podcast. On with the show.
Welcome back to your Tui boys. How are we? Hallam, you don't have to still wear the mask. Charles?
Charles, that is an incredible mask.
I was trying to see how long I couldn't blink. What?
Charles never blinks. Charles never blinks.
He doesn't.
He never
Edward.
misses a shot either.
Edward dies.
time-
Charles.
Last time, which was yesterday, so if I don't remember details, it will be embarrassing.
Yeah, it will be.
Last
You have no
time, you
excuse.
guys returned from your mission after defeating Brian. You discovered that his body was missing. And you also found the missing cows from the farm that you were sent to in the first place. Ewan named one of them Biscuit. A lot of you had some conversations with your otherworldly tech support people, which was a lot of fun. You guys then returned to Sunnover town, and upon arrival were met with a scout from a northern outpost who gave you some critical information about Glitterhold's militarizing itself, and then proceeded to collapse. You guys then spent the rest of the night at the town. You talked to him again before he passed on in the hospital, and he gave you great warning of danger. Charles visited Edward and got himself a new suit, got himself really well groomed, because he then had a date with Caroline Cunningham.
With destiny.
And it was
With
very
death.
cute and sweet. Ewan got drunk with his mates on the town
Hey!
and with Kevin.
Way!
Hamish had a deep talk with Faber about Faber told him that there have been sightings of the Highlanders near Deadwood Forest or in
Way.
Deadwood Forest, and then had a sweet conversation with Fred. Oh, as sweet as a conversation can get with Fred.
Very sweet.
Redden.
Safety Steve then got a crush on Charles when he saw him walking out with his new getup. It's canon, guys. I'm gonna put a poll up
Steve.
once this
Steve
episode
is
comes
real.
out. Caroline or Steve, give us a vote.
Steve.
I expect. I don't know what to expect.
You know exactly what to expect, mate. We're all going to go on that YouTube video like 5 times to vote Steve.
No.
Ewan also made contact with his otherworldly patron and was given some dire warnings about the future, but they were again mostly vague. As what is it you call him? Hugh?
Hugh. His name's Hugh.
Did not have the patience to deal with drunk Ewan and disappeared for the night. And then Charles and Caroline went on their date. She led him out through a secret door in the wall and to the beach next to the lake, fairly nearby to where you fought the crocodile, and had a little picnic, talked at the little beach, did some pigeon shooting, and just when they were about to smooch, they heard a gunshot from Sunnover town. Steve quickly ran towards the sound of the gunshot as it was really close to him. It was in Edward's house, and ran into his office only to find him on the floor with a wound on the side of his head, bleeding out. And that's where we are now.
Is he
Steve,
dead?
you've just entered this room. You see Edward's body on the floor. He's bleeding out.
Shit. What am I supposed to say?
It's definitely not safe in here.
Yeah.
Do you want to give me a medicine check to see what you can gather?
Sure, I didn't know that was a thing I could do. 17.
17. You can tell he's not dead yet, but he is bleeding out. Upon further inspection of the wound, you see it's a wound that seems to be like grazed on the side of its head. It's not a bullet wound in his head.
Can I detect poison or disease?
Yes, you can. Does that require a roll?
I don't think so. It's like alarm, I think.
Can identify the kind.
Yeah. Okay. So you use your health administrator skills. You inspect the wound, and you see traces of a very specific poisonous concoction that's already entered his bloodstream through the wound in his head. And from what you can tell, it's a mixture of both a really harmful poison and a knockout sort of poison. It's similar to knockout gas, and you can like smell and recognize some of the components in it.
Right. I shout for Hamish. I can't leave him.
Hamish here.
Yeah, Hamish, you heard the gunshot. You run out of Faber's house. He follows you, and you hear Steve shouting, and you go ahead towards Edward's house. You
Hamish-
enter this room,
Jumps on
and
the wheel.
you see Edward sprawled out on the floor, a book next to him covered in blood. But you see like a couple bugs and fireflies
And
in
he's
the air.
unconscious.
Sorry?
And he's unconscious.
Yeah.
I might just burn all my second level spells here, to be honest. First of all, I'm going to spare the dying, so he won't be doing death saves.
Lovely.
Oh, can I also set up an alarm just in case someone else comes in?
That's not a bad
yeah.
idea.
At the entrance of the room or the entrance of the house?
What do you think, Hamish?
Entrance to the corridor of this floor?
Yeah, because someone coming in the house wouldn't be too weird. So yeah, entrance to the corridor.
Cool.
And now
Set
Hamish
up
is
your
going to
alarm.
use a new second level spell called Lesser Restoration.
Does that cure poisons?
Let's find out, shall we?
Are we all in this room, or am I?
You're still drunk on the town. So all you've heard is this gunshot in the distance. Hamish, you use your medicines. Give me a medicine check, because this is it's a very specific type of homebrewed poison.
Would Fred be... Do you think Fred would be really pissed if I used my religious inspiration for this?
Oh, you haven't had I don't think you've had a long rest yet.
So I've only got my second level spells and one first level.
Mhm.
Because I burnt 3 spells in the fight with
Cool.
Brian. That's not bad. Medicine, right?
Yeah.
That's a 16.
Okay, you managed to. It was a DC 20 to fully get rid of it.
Oh, I should have used my inspiration.
You managed to patch it up enough so that he doesn't take more physical poison damage while he sleeps, in metagaming terms. So you see the poison, like you managed to clean him up enough and like disinfect it enough so that the poison won't physically harm him.
And then I guess I'll try and cure wounds him to get him back on his feet.
Can
I do that?
You use your cure wounds. You heal him up. You patch up his wound, bandage him up the best way you can, but he doesn't wake up.
Doesn't wake up. And he's not dead. Looks like we need to find some sort of specific antidote for this bastard.
Someone kiss him.
He's safe.
He's safe.
The thing
Is
that
everyone
was the
just
hair
going to
girl, it is
ignore
safe.
my idea?
Yes, he's
Yeah.
safe.
Hamish is going to shout, Ewan, I think somebody needs your help.
Steve, you know about the safe, but you don't know the
Ah.
combination to the safe.
Well, it's 0000.
No,
It's
Can we-
0001.
you input that in, it doesn't work.
Well, it's
Can Hamish-
0002.
Can Hamish
Twice as luck, you
try?
input that and it also doesn't work.
Can Hamish try and burn it down with produce flame or something? Just
The safe.
like melt the lock.
I would like to
Charles-
say Ewan
No.
has stumbled in very drunkenly by now.
Oh yeah, your alarm would have told you that Ewan is stumbling through the corridor, Steve.
Okay. Charles should know the combination, right? He was there.
Yes. No, he doesn't. Actually,
He doesn't know.
well, Charles.
Could you do a
may-
memory
Oh,
check?
you looked away? Oh my.
I'm not there yet.
I would like to attempt to
Well,
open
you
the
tell me
safe.
whether you think Charles honestly would have looked at that code while Edward was typing it in.
He absolutely would not. I'm
You should have
afraid.
just said you should have just said yes.
Well,
That's
no,
not,
that's true to
not
Charles's
what he would
character.
do.
I respect the truth to character. Okay, Ewan,
I would like.
Godfrey'd given
Try.
me such a fine suit. Jeez.
We need Charles and we need Caroline.
Charles, I say you and Caroline are the next to arrive because you were a bit ways outside of the house.
So are we in the house now?
Yeah, so you've just entered the house, you've gone up the stairs, you're obviously holding Caroline's hand as you run, and she immediately just goes down towards Edward's body and tries to like waking up, make sure
What
he's
the
okay.
bloody well happened? Explain!
Steve did it.
He's been shot and he's been poisoned.
I
And it's-
pull my gun on Steve. What have you done?
I would never do this to Edward. He's my only friend.
Charles, when you do that, Caroline stands between you and holds your gun down. Charles, I know you don't like Steve, but he is our most trusted friend. All right?
Right. I
You
sheathed
would
my
never
weapon.
do this. Now, Steve, did you see who did this?
I simply heard the shot.
Right.
I'm confused. I made sure this room is the safest in all the town.
I know you did. Steve.
I start yelling. He has no alibi.
Can I look? Can I shouldn't be the one doing this with a negative intelligence modifier. Can I look around the room?
I should be the one doing this with a negative
can ask
intelligence
that.
modifier.
You can give me an
have a look to
investigation
see-
check.
I want to have a look at something specific though.
Okay.
I look at the wound in his head,
Mm-hmm.
and I try and work out where he was when he was shot. And so, did it come through a window? And if so, which window? And from
Give me
where?
an investigation check.
Okay.
Charles and Steve, what are you doing in this moment?
I'm
Can I
going
get Charles
to
a help action in?
Well, check out the walls and windows if there was a, were they
Cool,
open?
Is
okay.
that safe? Is that safe purely leading to like a full wardrobe, or is it just suits?
Okay, so the suits.
Oh,
is like
natural
a whole
20 on the
room.
investigation check.
Whew. Hamish.
We'll leave my idea for a second.
Yeah, let me get back to you. Hamish, you and Wee Jock literally sniff around. Your kind of survival instincts from your
Noises
Hainan
to the
times
floor.
kick in. And you look around, none of the windows have been broken. You inspect his wound, and the wound on the side of his head is not a bullet wound. You also see a blood trail leading from the corridor where you came in into the doorway, and on the door frame you see a bloody imprint on one of the sides. You also see
Okay, I
on the
suggest
floor
because,
Edward was holding a book that he'd recently gotten from the library. At least you can assume. You see it's got like it's open, it's got a little stamp on it.
Is it the second Percy Jackson?
That says it is the second Percy Jackson book.
Cool.
And you see it, it's got a little stamp that says Sunnover Library on it, and it's got like a blood splatter on it. And you can see his body is behind his desk, so you can assume that when he was shot, he was sitting at his desk, or when he was hurt, he was sitting at his desk, he got up and was then attacked.
So
my
he's not
instinct.
armed or anything. He didn't manage to get fire in self-defense, but somebody else is.
You
No.
see a beautifully intricate revolver. It's sort of like silver plated with carvings of different flowers and roses and vines on it, and it's on the ground next to him.
Well, I
under his
reckon
desk.
that's going to be Charles's pretty soon, but let's not do that now. I am going to follow it, the trail of blood, I guess.
Cool. Do you guys want to give me a group investigation for this blood trail?
Wait, I wanted to look in. I wanted to look in his wardrobe for a Sherlock Holmes cap.
First, Ewan, give me an investigation check to even find the wardrobe. Actually, Ewan, you don't know about the wardrobe. You don't know that he's got a secret wardrobe. Only Charles knows about it. And it's not open.
Right, I'd attempt. I see a keypad. I attempt to open it.
The keypad is in the room. You first have to find the room. You can give me an investigation with disadvantage to just start pulling books from his personal bookshelves to see if it's got a secret door.
With disadvantage?
Yes, because you're just like looking for
Don't
a secret
screw
room.
up the crime scene.
Now, because
Charles
you hate
could
me,
just do it for you if.
I'm gonna look over to Charles and say, "Hey, you don't suppose, mate, that he would have a hat, like the detective one, like the olden days one, had like a army guy as like a sidekick.
What?
Like a hat, like Doctor Who minus the time travel.
Like, I understand, but why are you pulling books? That's got nothing to do with trying to find a hat.
Charles, I think he's referring to Sherlock.
Do you know specifically if he would have had a hat such like the one I am describing to you, or
efficiency and investigation checks?
And would it make me better at helping to solve this mystery?
I don't really know what to say. The only thing I really saw was the...
I look over to Caroline because she may know this phrase a bit better.
You see Caroline sympathizes with you because you're absolutely drunk. And she's like, I need something to distract me from this shit. And she walks over, pulls down one of the books, and all of you see this secret room open as these bookcases apart. And it's this room full of beautiful suits. She stops you from coming in.
I look,
grabs a hat from this shelf. It is like the classic Sherlock hat. It's got like the perfect checkered pattern. Plucks it on your head and closes the room again.
I completely wasn't paying attention. I've been staring at Charles this whole time she did that.
Steve, you hear more people coming through the corridor.
What don't you understand?
Hi.
Is this hat going to give me a bonus to investigation checks?
It is not.
Do I know who did it?
Investigation.
Sorry, let me say again. Steve, you hear the footsteps of 4 people coming up through the corridor.
Do I know who they are?
I don't think so. You just know that there are people coming.
Hide? I know that'd make us suspicious. Greet them.
Cool.
Wait for... Tell them to move back because it's a crime scene.
Okay. You shout at them to move back. You see Tony, Mickey, and Joey, the 3 little guys from the trench coat.
That one person or 3.
You see Faber walks in with them as well, and just they're completely shocked. What the hell's going on here then? What?
He's not dead.
You see,
he's dying and is going to die, but he's not dead.
Yeah, but how are you with medicine?
Poisoned, and Steve did it.
I'm I know about forest medicines, but not quite.
Not poisoned.
We do have a poisoned guy. We can ask if was Edward poisoned.
He's been poisoned, and I've
Steve.
stopped it from getting worse. But there's only so much I can do with my limited skills. If you know a poison guy, could you get him here?
Right. We'll take him to the hospital first to Hilda, and we'll.
Yes, please.
Listen, it's dead of night. We'll shoot. I'll take him to the hospital. We'll talk to Harvey in the morning. He's the bug guy. We can talk to him. No, I don't know. I'm taking Edward to the hospital.
Make sure that he is watched over.
And
the person that
you see, Faber and Faber picks up Edward and begins to take him to the hospital. You see, Tony, Mickey, and Joey go, "Hey, don't worry about it. We got him."
Good.
All 3 of these guys have 2 pistols at their belt, and they follow Fabe out to the hospital.
Get the poisons guy.
Caroline says,
I
"Right,
don't
we
trust
can
him.
go visit Harvey now. He's a bit odd, that one. I suggest this
not
gunshot was a minute ago. The person who shot him must still be nearby."
That's
Exactly.
about-
Poison should probably be later. I was just thinking we could send those guys off to do it. We should investigate the room right now.
Not the room. You said there was a trail, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm following the trail. I assumed it went into another room. Let's
Right. Well, what do you all suggest we do?
follow the bloody trail.
Cool.
I would like to look
Split up
for
into the two.
clues.
Okay. Everyone, give me a group
Did I
investigation
attempt
check.
to slap him out of it?
By a group one, do you mean we all roll separately, or one of us rolls for the group?
You all roll together.
If he attempts to slap me, I attempt to catch the hand.
13.
I go to shake him with my left hand, and then when he shakes my hand, I slap him.
No, but your
11.
instinct.
I intend to grab both hands.
Wait, Charles, did you slap Steve?
No. Mr. Edward.
Oh, okay. Right. What did you all get for investigation?
I'll investigate. Okay. 17.
17.
I got a natural 3.
Ha!
Why are you laughing?
I'm
Good
better
luck.
at solving
What'd you
crimes
get?
than you, and I'm drunk.
7.
7.
Okay. As a group investigation, not too great. You see, the blood trail follows. You follow it through the corridor. It just leads downstairs and through a back door to the house. And you see it. There's a bit of blood on the ground, and then eventually it just dissipates into the sandy floor.
Is that all we see?
The trail ends as soon as you exit the sand and the house outside.
And so are we now outside?
Yeah.
Hamish looks up at the roof and things, because if the blood trail's gone, then
Give
It
me an
must have gone
investigation check.
somewhere. well, that's pretty spicy. That's a 15.
15. You see a little drip of blood on the wall on the window pane above you.
On the window pane above me. I think somebody's climbed from here.
I look at Charles and say, "Look, a clue. Elementary, my dear Charles. That's as far as I got in my education."
Are you going to do this every time we find a spot of blood?
Well, I
Indubitably.
am now.
Hamish is busy trying to balance on his caber to get a leg up onto the roof.
You need
give
a
me
hand.
an athletics check.
Yes.
I
I give
really
him
am
a
like
action.
4 feet tall.
give me acrobatics to climb up.
Can I give
Acrobatic.
him a help action?
Actually, you can choose acrobatics or athletics if you want to climb up.
With help action. that is
someone can
excellent.
give him a help action to
I'm
hold.
helping him up.
Thank you so much, Charles. Hamish will
I
pull you
intend
up.
to try and do it on my own.
Cool. Do
No.
it with disadvantage because you're drunk.
That's fair. What is it? Acrobatics
That is-
or athletics?
Really not much. That's only a 14.
I choose. I intend to just fully, high jump up there. Right. First one is 19. Second one is 18.
Cool. I'd say you somehow drunkenly climb up there swiftly. I'd say you managed to help Hamish get up there. Both of you give me perception checks.
Okay, in
you
the
win
meantime,
with
Hamish is
disadvantage.
extending his caber up to Charles so he can climb up. Perception, did you say?
Yeah.
14.
Finally, stuff I'm
That
good
with
at.
disadvantage,
Alright.
you win.
Yeah, 14 with disadvantage.
Cool.
Shout out to the 2 crew, that's a 7.
Ooh, you hear a sound from a nearby rooftop, but you cannot identify which one. And Hamish, you're very suspicious about this bat that's circling the building.
Hamish tries to animal handling the bat.
I look at the bat and say, "It's a crossover.
What? Oh.
Batman."
So, Hamish, you want to try call the bat over?
Yes.
Okay, give me an animal handling check.
If this doesn't work, I might just channel divinity, charm animals, and plants it.
Steve and Charles, what are you doing while these two are up on the roof?
That's a 19 for getting the bat.
Well, I think because Steve is incredibly racist and he's obviously going to judge an outsider first thing, I go check up on that guy that was in the hospital from the outpost.
Cool. Okay, Hamish, I'm going to do Hamish.
I accompany Steve.
Hamish, you
For once,
have
I
your
actually
food
agree
in
with
your
you.
hand. And this bat like lands on your hand, and it just like turns its head, looks at you, and starts munching the food in your hand.
I stroke its head, and I see whether it can carry wee Jock around.
It is like a quarter of the size of Wee
This
Jock.
lad is getting as many methods of transportation as possible.
This is a very small bat.
Metagaming wise, you know that bit thing in Spirited Away where the baby that's been turned into a mouse is huge and it's getting carried around by like this tiny bird?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the vibe we're going for here.
This bat is way too small to carry Wee Jock.
That is a tragedy.
I look at this
I'd
bat
try
and say,
anyway.
Biscuit Junior.
Anyone would risk it for biscuit.
Okay.
I feel like we need to make him drunk all the time.
The bat then flutters off into the night.
He's funny when he's drunk.
Steve and Charles, you enter the hospital. You go up to the room where this new guy was. His name is Harry. And you find him sleeping in his bed. You see Hilda approaches you and goes, "Oh no, you best not wake him. He's still recovering from last night, and I'm afraid he won't be able to tell you anything for now."
It's him. I know it's him. Kill him now.
Whoa, Steve,
No.
chill.
Steve, we're not
Relax.
going to... Is everything all right? I heard a gunshot.
Have you seen...
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Been up at all? Do you know?
Excuse me?
Has he been up? Has he left his bed?
Oh, not that I know of. He's been
Does he have any
sleeping here in his
trackers?
bed. What do you do, Steve?
Does he have any trackers in him?
Trackers? Oh, no, we
Yeah.
never put a tracker in him.
No, of course you
Look,
wouldn't.
He just
He
got
could have a tracker on
somewhere
him and someone could have
about.
followed him here.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Well, I can't be sure. We've just been treating him for the night. I was about to talk in myself.
Oh, wait. I'm going to search him.
You want to do... okay, give me an investigation check. What exactly are you looking for?
Any kind of suspicious devices. A tracker, I don't know. Something that looks suspicious. That is 21.
21. You don't find anything that immediately calls to you as suspicious. You see, he's got his equipment that he had on him when he arrived. You see, he's got his like backpack. He's got his like weapons that he needs to survive, or like just his equipment. You see his he's wrapped up in wounds. He was already like bleeding out and full of wounds when he arrived, and he's got like bandages that are like red with blood and stuff.
Right. You know, Steve, as much as I appreciate your caution, I don't think this is the guy.
Never do I.
We're going to need to look elsewhere.
Agreed. Back to the house?
Yes, we need to have a look at the room. Right, let's do that.
You two head back to the room. Ewan and Hamish, what do you do after your dead end with the bat?
Ewan, did you hear something on the roofs?
Yes. Well, I did hear something, and
What
something is what I heard, but the direction and vicinity in which it occurred from, that is still very much unknown to me. I'm using big words because I'm wearing this hat.
Indubitably.
Do you like my vernacular?
You have an excellent vernacular.
Thank you, Hamish.
All four of you, you're now like around Edward's house altogether. You see a crowd starts gathering outside Edward's house and outside the hospital, and you hear people murmuring, worried, talking amongst each other. You hear like, is Edward dead? Is he?
I would like to address the town.
Oh dear. I give him
I would
guidance.
like to also
on
address
next
the town,
charisma check.
starting with a disclaimer that someone is very, very drunk.
Ewan, what do you say?
I'm standing on the roof, yes?
Yes.
I would like to be standing right on the edge of the roof as I say this.
Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Sunnover
Boys and
Town.
girls.
Boys and girls, you should all be in bed. This is very much past your bedtime.
First, give me a Dex saving throw
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
with disadvantage, obviously.
Yeah. There's say 13.
You're standing on the edge, addressing the people. You stood so close on the edge.
He's screaming. Wait, I'm guessing I'm falling off the roof, yes?
Yeah, so you stand far enough on the edge that you've stood on the gutter pipe that roofs have, and it snaps, and you begin falling to the ground.
I attempt to grab the gutter pipe to slow my fall, basically just pulling it off the roof, meaning that I don't hurt myself that badly.
Give me a acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Acrobatics. Okay. 16.
That is not high enough for you
Damn.
to grab this pipe. You fall off this roof. You fall flat on the ground, and you take 7 damage.
Okay, 7. So that's alright. As I'm falling, I would like to say, well, I'd like to basically have most of my speech while I'm still there, and it fall as I'm ending this, and fall as I'm ending my speech. So, ladies and gentlemen of Sunnover Town, as you all know, my name is Ewan Jackson. Now, unfortunately, there has been a little incident tonight, and Edward is a little under the weather. To put it lightly. To put it not so lightly, he's dying.
Right, okay, calm down.
Oh, Wojtek.
What?
Remember Charles's suit?
Yes.
Remember what it does?
Oh yeah, lovely.
No, I don't want you to let him know, because then he would have been like, oh, you need to get a 20 plus to successfully do this. It's like, well, I've got a plus
With or
12.
without the suit, it's gonna be high.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well,
Okay.
he's just about to get a drink and some food.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
Right, well, I'd just like to address the crowd in the sense that, let me clear things up for you.
while you begin talking, give me an insight check into the crowd.
Natural 20. Wait, hang on. Insight. 23.
Charles, this may not be the best idea. This is not your scene. You don't know these people very well. You know that they're all friendly, hardworking people. You know it's like a small community of people who work together. You've got a laundry guy, you've got a baker guy, you've got a guy who works in poisons. It's a really working community that works together. But they don't know you very well, and they might not trust you entirely. And you see, Edward was their leader and their most trusted friend, and so a hopeful message from you might not be what they're going to want to hear.
I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do because my drunk friend has just fallen from a building claiming that he's dying.
You said we're friends.
He's in the hospital. He's been shot.
Steve, are you here?
Before you get to Steve, Hamish and Ewan, what are you doing in this moment?
Hamish is trying to back up Charles in this whole thing, just like holding up little. I'm writing down stuff and whispering into Weedlock's mouth and then using it as a megaphone. So, yeah, I'm just trying to say stuff like he's in the hospital. We don't know who did it, but we're trying to find out. So,
I'm smiling
don't
through the
panic,
pain
he's
because
alive,
Charles
but
said we
he's
are friends.
Cool. So you can give a Charles the help action on anything he says. Charles, that's you.
Right, well, see, we were all doing our separate things. Everyone was busy doing something. However...
What were you doing?
Me? I was out doing some pigeon shooting. Those were the shots beforehand. Right?
That doesn't make you good.
Wait, so you were shooting? Why were you shooting? Did he shoot Edward?
For God, listen to me. Right. Okay. I did some pigeon shooting with Caroline. She could back me up on that. However...
What were you doing with Caroline? Were you trying to sneak her away?
What? No, I'm doing pigeon shooting. It's a
He's
sport.
messing with Edward's sister.
Oh,
Their
right,
rambling
please,
gets
listen
louder.
to me. Guys, relax, please. This is an important notice.
Charles. I got it.
Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's me, your boy, Safety Steve, the new president / king of this town.
Give me a
Son of
charisma
a-
check
Leave
with
the name
disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Because of what you said.
Oh, 7.
Listen, these people do trust you already, right? While you're saying that, Faber and these Mickey, Tony, and Joey just like hush you over and be like, "Listen, lad, maybe that's not the best thing to say at the moment. I
Alright, I'll just
think
say,
we can all agree that you're basically Edward's right-hand man. And Caroline, even you might have to agree." And Caroline says, "Yes, as frustrating as it may be, Steve, you're basically in charge. So don't go saying anything stupid that will make me want to kill you."
alright, I won't say anything stupid, I got this. People of Sunnover, this town is no longer safe. You are all at the risk of dying at any moment. That was the safest manor in the world, and they broke in. We have to move out now.
Maybe the reason it wasn't so safe is you're not a good safety inspector.
I counter offer.
Give me a charisma check. Just give me a straight charisma check, but this is
10.
Me or
Steve. The people do start panicking after what you said. And Caroline
I
is
get
just
up and-
straight up. Caroline slaps you around the face for 4 damage.
I stand up and dust myself off. It's like, right, we may have gotten off on the wrong foot, people. Everything is going to be fine. The three
Who
of
are
us.
you to tell us that it's going to be fine? How can we trust you? You're new here.
Well, I believe I'm a very
You think you can do
charismatic
anything
and
just because you're a
friendly person.
celebrity?
No, I do not. One thing specifically I cannot do is read. One
You have a
person
point.
One person you should be very trustworthy of, though, is this man right here. I just grab Charles and like bring him towards me. This man had that leader guy. What was his name? Charles, what was his name?
Edward.
Him, yeah, that guy. Bobby. He had his blessing.
No brain?
Right, no, his name wasn't Bobby. This is Bobby. Hey, Bobby.
No brain.
Edward. That was his name.
Brain.
Edward. He has
Brain.
Edward's blessing
Brain.
to be in a relationship with Edward's sister, Caroline. I then bring Caroline in as well.
How do you know this?
I know everything. I know everything.
Can I just say,
Charles.
Ewan's 100% going to try and marry them on the spot.
Oh my god! Right, okay. So yes, that is what I was doing. Right? There you go. I didn't want to say it because, why should I care about my activities? But of course it's just got out, right?
Nothing gets
Both
past me,
of you
Charlie.
give
Nothing
me
gets past me.
charisma checks with disadvantage.
Me?
Yes.
Oh. Just straight charisma check.
You've still got
With
Hamish's
disadvantage.
guidance.
And you, Charles.
So a 6.
Wait, I have guidance from...
I got a nat 1, but it's plus
Does that
5.
mean it's just a normal
You got a
roll?
nat 1.
But it's plus 5.
Does that mean it's just a normal roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is 23.
Jeez.
Lovely. Okay.
Well, I mean,
you two are getting very opposite reactions to each other. Ewan, you are severely distrusted. Not that you can necessarily tell from the crowd, but they are not taking to you well. Charles, they seem to like calm down when you begin talking. They're like, right, that makes sense. It's like a more hushed murmuring. You see with you, Caroline stands and says, look, it's a very messy situation. I don't think what me and our new friend were up to matters at all in this current situation, alright? So all of you, shut up, and we will reconvene tomorrow morning with a town meeting. Steve, you're going to lead that, and you're going to get a grip.
Okay.
I look over at Caroline saying, I was just trying to help.
She rolled fairly well on that charisma, so you see after she announces that, thanks to Charles's high roll, the people start dissipating and going back to their homes for the night.
Well, that was a bloody mess. Steve,
I think it went well.
what were you thinking?
I have a plan.
Can I slap Steve?
Yes, make an attack roll.
I attempt to catch the slap. I don't want any infighting.
Right, okay. Is that Dex?
Strength.
Oh, no. 12.
You don't hit him, you miss. Steve manages to just like duck his head out the way in time.
You idiot! Try to
Caroline
get
goes
people to
over
leave.
and slaps you again for 1 damage.
I'm gonna say that it wasn't a bullet that hit him, and either way, we know that zombies don't fight like that. So this
Well,
was
he's
a
tried to
regular
defend
person.
himself.
And can I search for the whatever did this,
What do you mean?
or has it been removed from the crime scene?
What
As in I think it's probably an arrow or some sort of poison dart. So
But we heard
were
it
we
come
able to
up.
find it?
You
The
did
gunshot
investigate-
was Edward defending himself.
Ah,
yeah, you investigated and you didn't find any other weapon other than Edward's pistol.
Or even
Has
our
Hamish
ammunition?
has Hamish still got the bat with him?
What bat?
Yes.
Biscuit 2? Biscuit Jr.?
Yes.
I did say it fluttered off.
I
We did
whistle. I whistle to try and get it back.
Give me an animal handling check.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20. Is
Close enough. 19.
that with your modifiers?
You
I don't have any wisdom
and,
modifiers.
You're a monk.
You managed to call over some bats in the air. You have no idea if it's Biscuit Jr. or not. You just make some noises and attract some bats.
Do any of them land on my hand? I've just got my
No,
arm
they do
outstretched.
not.
I whistle and make repeated hand gestures towards my hand.
Some
I
of
feel
them
like I should have
reach
saved a lesser
back at you,
restoration
but
to
none of
cure
them
you
land
of
on your hand.
drunkenness.
You
Right.
cannot.
Well, let's try and all get the same idea of what actually happened. Right, so
Somebody
this
came
guy
in.
climbed up to the second floor where Edward was. Edward was reading the book, sitting down in his chair. He saw them, got up, tried to open fire and defend himself, which is when he
And
got shot.
he was decent because he drew some blood.
Hmm.
I think it's safe to assume that the blood that the killer thing
Was shot, yes. Which means
was
the person has got a wound.
yes. But it seems that they've made their way across the rooftops.
Yes.
And now I'm not going to lie, but the only people that we've seen using poisoned ammunition like that was the people in Thorn Spring.
I'm just slowly nodding my head, pretending I'm focusing. It's like, yes.
They couldn't have gone too far.
Bats!
There's a chance they could even be here still. We've got to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
So are we going to try and find them? What are we going to do?
I think we're going to need our get our energy for tomorrow. Try and keep the public from,
Are we going to let them
not
escape? Then?
disassembling themselves. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure they will. I'm sure they'll stay around to make sure that the job is done. They tried to
You
kill it.
so you think they're an assassin then? In which case, we're all
Well, I
going
doubt
to sleep.
they're going to hit him and then just flee without making sure that
In
he
which
is...
case, we're all sleeping next to Edward tonight.
Yes. We should rotate watch, make sure someone's keeping an eye on him.
What?
at all times.
Absolutely.
I have
I'll
walked
just
over
keep
to
an
Steve
alarm.
and have just collapsed on top of him.
Oh, hello.
Bats.
Okay, you guys managed to sleep in shifts. Okay, so all of you head to the hospital, and Hilda prepares you all blankets and pillows to sleep outside near Edward's room. You see Caroline sleeps in a chair, just watching over Edward. She doesn't get too much sleep, but she does eventually fall asleep. And we go into the night. Ewan Jackson, give me a Constitution saving throw.
So all of us are asleep.
19.
19. Okay. Ewan, you pass out. And into the night, you have one of the worst nightmares you've ever experienced. You're on a football pitch that's completely empty. You see the grass around you is black, dried and withering. You see some of your teammates now hollow skeletons with their uniforms hanging off the rib cages and bones. You see their eyes are hollowed and black, full of peering, slow-moving smoke as they crawl towards you, saying, Ewan, help. And in front of you, you see a massive, blackened, burnt football rolling towards you as it's coming towards you to crush you. What do you do?
I attempt to kick the football. Still moderately drunk, even in my dreams.
You run towards it, you try to kick it, and it lands on top of you, and it lands on you, and both you and the wall break through the ground, and you're falling through a cave full of spikes and blackened smoke, and you land on an empty glass floor. Everything around you is black except a small light around you, and a very thin layer of some liquid. You move around a bit in it. You slowly get back up and you look at your hands, and the pool is all blood, and you see the bodies of your teammates around you. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, this is just a straight roll. I don't have any bonuses for this. That's a nat 2.
He's getting dice.
This ain't good.
Jesus Christ. I always feel bad rolling for Ewan, because this is brutal. You feel your heart hurting, like your heart rate increases and it's like thumping inside of you, and you feel it like growing and constricting, hurting you. And all these bodies on the floor start crawling towards you. You see the ones that you know have died, like your captain.
Kai.
You see Kai Wen's zombified body start getting up and crawling towards you. You see the other ones that died on the ship crawling towards you. You see Charles Morris in the distance, not a zombie, but trying to reach out towards you. And just as they're about to reach you, you wake up in the morning and you take 5 poison damage and 11 psychic damage.
He's on like half health.
Oh, I'm on under half health, I think is what you mean. Right, what, 5 and 11?
Yeah.
Hey, does anyone want to, maybe heal me a bit? 'Cause I'm on 12 HP.
And
12 HP.
the rest of you wake up all right.
Could you take a short rest in this time?
Well, you don't know if...
Actually, we're in a hospital. We're in a hospital. I get some hospital equipment and patch the bugger up.
Okay, so where are you all? Like, where were you? Who's taking the last shift this morning?
I was laying on the floor because I passed out and was drunk.
I was under his bed.
Okay,
I'll be on the last shift then.
Okay, Charles.
Is everyone else already awake, or am I the first one awake?
You're the first one awake. But Charles is also awake outside the room. And Hamish, Steve is asleep under the bed. Caroline is asleep in her chair. And Hamish, you're asleep outside the room next to Charles.
Does Charles notice me bolt upright and like sweating and looking like I'm in a lot of pain?
He doesn't. You just like wake up, feeling all this pain.
Actually, I think Hamish would have been in the room as well.
Okay, well, Hamish is asleep, by the way.
I walk out of the room because I noticed Charles outside, and like I walk out and I just collapse on my knees and start like coughing and stuff.
Bloody heck! What have you? Is this one of your bloody hangovers?
No,
Good
I don't normally tend to get those. This is something else.
I
Completely.
attempt to help him up.
You intend to what?
Help him up.
Okay,
Get him up on
you
his feet.
help him up. In that
I
time,
heard
everyone
a weird
begins
dream.
to wake up.
You look like you've seen a bloody ghost.
Oh, a few of them.
Right. Personally, I don't think this hospital is very safe because I think that I have been poisoned.
Excuse what? Why didn't you say that first?
I detect poison.
Yep. You take a sample of his blood. All of you gather around him. You detect a straight up, very harmful hallucinogenic poison.
I would like to say that I did not do any drugs last night. It was purely alcohol.
Someone's been here. Someone's poisoned him.
Someone will betray him.
I look at Edward. What's up with Edward?
Edward's unconscious.
The same?
Yep, he seems the same.
So we're being semi-picked off one by one, but they're not killing us.
Jokes on them. I can
Steve,
never die.
With your detect poison, you notice this poison isn't the same as the one used on Edward.
Okay, I'd like to just mention something.
Mhm.
Remember what Brian said about seeing our futures and whatnot? He said, someone will betray Ewan and I will die of a sickness.
Did he say that? Did he say you die of a sickness?
Yeah.
I don't like where this is going.
I immediately look at Safety Steve because I know he's never liked me.
I immediately look at Caroline because I know she's never liked me.
Caroline puts her face in her hand.
Because she's never
I look
liked
at
herself.
myself because
So
no one
sad.
looked at me.
What do you do, Steve? Sorry?
I said because she's never liked herself.
Right, okay.
Guys, this
well,
isn't time to
Right,
be making enemies in the party.
yes, right. Okay, so
Purely,
Well, I feel like-
just hypothetically, if this person who is after Edward is in this hospital somewhere, could I get patched up, please? Because I'm not doing great.
You guys call over Hilda, the nurse. She's like, "Oh no, my darling boy, we'll get you patched right up. Come with me." And she takes your hand, and
Thank you,
she
Hilda.
takes you into the other room, and she pats your hand. She's like, "We're just going to do a couple blood tests. Steve's already done a quick one, but we have to make sure we get it out of your system." And she gives you like a couple of painkillers, and she does a blood test. She tests your blood pressure. You might have to wait for the poison in you to pass by. I don't think it's quite enough to kill you. We're going to try some antibacterial things, and we'll get back to you. And she gives you a plate of cookies and a glass of milk.
How
Thank
soon
you,
is-
Hilda.
Okay,
how
I
soon
thought
is
something.
the meeting? The town meeting.
This is quite early, so you've got like an hour or two before the town meeting.
Okay,
Guys.
I just thought of something.
Me too.
So, I'll go first, then you say your point. So, why would they aim for Edward now? We've been gone for like 2 days. As soon as we come back, they aim for him.
Why would they go for me second? What have
Well,
I
I'm not
done?
big-
Yes,
They
that
could have killed any of
genuinely
these people.
confuses me.
And they didn't. Ewan's not dead. We were all asleep. Edward was asleep. They could have walked in.
I
and
look at Steve.
Oh, 'cause
You're the
I
next in
was-
line for power. Why would they go for
No,
you next?
Why didn't they try and kill us? What are they trying to do?
There's some
Well,
kind of
Trying to
message.
scare us? Are they trying to impose something? Are they trying to get us out of here? What's going on?
I
I'd
don't
hate to
know.
be the one to throw right. I was on watch. I saw absolutely nothing suspicious, yet somehow it was poisoned during the night.
How many entrances are there into this room?
And why did I not set
There's
up
a
an
door
alarm?
and there's a window.
I thought you did set up an alarm.
That was
Not
at
in
Edward's
hospital.
You
house.
didn't
though.
say you did.
Fuck's sake.
No, I didn't. It's like your one purpose.
Actually, you know what? I think I'll say it's true to Steve's character. I'll say that you did set an alarm. It didn't go off. So you set one. Where would you say you set them?
Outside the room.
Okay.
As in
Nothing
at the
came
door to
in
the room?
through the door, and nothing came in through the window.
Hamish looks up again. He
Is
looks
there
up
any
at the
vents?
ceiling.
Who was in
There's-
the room?
There's no vents. There's an air conditioner machine, but it's not connected to a vent.
Who was in the room?
It was
All of us.
Caroline. It was Caroline and all of you,
Caroline.
and Hilda from time to time.
Hilda.
I've got Zone of Truth. So if we wanted to, if we think we have all the suspects, I can cast Zone of Truth and we can find out.
Wait, have I taken those painkillers yet?
Yes, you have.
Damn it. I wanted to investigate them, I don't.
Use.
well,
Okay, get everyone that's even somewhat of a suspect. So, get
yes.
Caroline, get Hilda, get me, get
Get
Charles.
the poison guy, because think about it. Everything that we've been damaged by has
All
been
of
a
you
type
are still in this hospital corridor / room.
I'm in a different room. I got taken to a
You're
different
in the room across. It's a corridor, and the rooms are literally across from each other. All of
I'm
you
just-
are in
I'm
your
just
vicinity,
staring
so
at-
you're all there.
I'm just staring at Steve and I hold up the plate of cookies, look at him and say, ha yeah.
Grr, I wish I was poisoned. Okay, so the NPCs we want to check: Caroline, Saber,
Hilda.
Harry.
poison guy. Which I think is, I don't know. I don't remember.
His name was Harvey.
Harvey.
And we want to get Harvey in here as well.
Yes.
Because
In the
I think that
hospital,
fable
or
was
are
that
you going to wait till the town meeting?
I've got 2 uses of this spell today. I can use it twice.
Cool.
Right.
So I don't see how much help it'll be doing it at the town meeting, to be honest, when it's only a 15-foot sphere.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
So-
you want to call people over to you.
We're
to
all
the
going to
hospital.
sit in the hospital waiting room.
Cool.
Hamish is going to sit in the middle, stroking Weejock on a chair and spin around and be like, "Ah, yes, I thought you'd come." And
You told us to, Hamish. You
we
asked
check
us
Weejock?
specifically to come meet you.
I suppose I did. Don't
Okay,
take this
so-
moment away from
So
me,
who
Faber.
do you call in?
Faber, Hilda,
Hilda works there, so Hilda's there.
Harvey,
Harry.
Harry.
Okay.
Who else? Caroline, obviously.
Oh,
Caroline's
the
with
three kids in a trench coat.
Three
Oh.
guys in the trench coat.
Mickey, Tony, and Joey. Yeah.
And I'm going to say all the Vineville refugees.
All of them.
And how many are there? Can they all fit in the room?
It's like 6.
Perfect.
Cool. Okay.
Also, to make sure it's fair, also test me and Charles.
You guys
Oh,
can
you're
willingly
opening it.
fail your saves on the Zone of Truth.
You guys can deliberately fail your saves.
Cool.
Why do
You've
you wanna
got your
do that?
like super Zone of Truth.
That we tell the truth. I think that's how it works.
Cool. Okay,
right.
so I'm gonna roll. You gather these people in. Faber fails his save.
I'm just sitting there with like this plate of cookies, and I'm just slowly eating them and watching this all unfold.
Harry passes the save, so you do know that. Harry, the guy who arrived who was injured, he passed his save.
Does that mean
Mickey,
he tells the truth?
Mickey,
I
Tony,
really-
and Joey
it
failed
means
their save.
It means he doesn't have to.
Okay.
I relay that information to the gang.
And who else did you call in? Hilda fails her save.
Tony,
And who else did you call in?
Three guys in trench coat.
Oh yeah, they failed their save.
Do we
And
do
the Vineville
Caroline?
refugees,
Oh, Vineville.
they failed their save.
So who didn't? Who?
The only person that passed their save was Harry.
Guy
Okay.
from the outpost.
Yeah, that's because he literally rolled a natural 19.
Hamish deliberately fails his
We
save.
have got to remember that he has supposedly been passed out, and also has had wounds. We've already inspected him.
I would like to roll to see if I pass my save or not.
Okay.
It's charisma.
Oh, even better. What's the pass?
13.
Oh, now I think we all know I won't be having to tell the truth. I literally need to get an 8 or higher to not have to tell the truth.
Mhm.
You're gonna get in that one, mate.
Don't jinx it. That is a 21.
Cool. You passed your save.
Don't
What
worry, I've got a plan,
do
lads.
you-
I willingly fail it.
Cool. You willingly failed it. What do you
I
all do?
willingly fail. Right, what do we say? McManaman,
But
you seem
everyone
to
should
know what you're doing.
everyone should get asked the same question.
One
No,
question.
do
Okay.
you know? We should ask.
What do you all
Do you
do?
know something that you have not told us yet in regards to the situation?
Yes.
Because
You're
it isn't
asking
But
this
is that
necessarily-
something we need to work out? Because in Zone of Truth, people can technically get around things.
hmm
So if that's got a loophole, then we need to think about that.
All of
Do you know
them-
anything about?
Did you see anything suspicious?
Or did you see anything suspicious, or did you know? We'll ask them both.
Okay.
I would like to question Hilda.
Vineville refugees know absolutely nothing. Faber doesn't know anything because he was with you and he just says he spent the night praying, went to bed, da. Harry says he was obviously just unconscious in bed, recovering in the hospital. I mean, he was quite close by to you guys. Who else have you got? Hilda just says, "Oh no, I've been sleeping in the hospital, just taking care of Harry and Edward."
Hilda, I have one
Hilda
extra.
does
I have
say-
one extra question for you.
Hilda
What's the
does
rest
tell
of
you
it?
something. Although I don't know anything about what happened, Mr. Edward did have his morning therapy session with me, and he did say he was worried. There's obviously a lot I can't disclose because of patient-doctor confidentiality, but he told me he was worried about this Glitterhold and some big faction movements and whatnot, but he didn't tell me anything of any assassins or anyone out to kill him.
Oh, thank you,
And-
Hilda. That's great.
Mickey,
But one more question. What is the recipe for those cookies? They're so
I knew that was
good.
coming.
So good.
Hilda blushes. She's like, "Oh, you sweet boy! I'll tell you the recipe later. How about
Oh,
after
thank
all
you,
this,
Hilda.
we'll make some cookies together, all right?"
Oh,
One more
that sounds
question, one more question.
lovely.
What's the recipe for that milk? It's just so.
Well, we actually got this milk from the cows that you brought in from the farm.
Biscuit.
It's double milk and cookies. It's milk from biscuit.
It's double biscuits.
And you see Tony, Mickey, and Joey.
Oh, yeah,
So
no.
Tony, Mickey, and Joey said that before the time where Edward was shot, like about an hour, not shot, where he was hurt, about an hour before, them and Edward were having a meeting about any plans to move forward with these Glitterhold movements and what they should do to response, and they were thinking of sending a small battalion out to check on the northern outpost just to scout it, and that they were just having like a regular meeting with him. And they're the ones who failed their saves in the Zone of Truth.
What about Harvey?
Harvey said he was unconscious, but he passed his save.
Do you mean the bug guy?
Yeah, the one about the poisons.
I haven't rolled him yet. He fails his save. He says, "Oh no, I do not know about Edward. Would you like to buy horse blood? You want to sell
No.
horse blood?"
Did
No,
anyone
no.
buy horse blood yesterday?
How about later on?
What?
When...
Did anyone buy horse blood yesterday?
Oh no, nobody buy horse blood yesterday. But 2 days ago, weird guy bought poison from me. Traveling.
Weird.
I should
It would have
That's
been.
so.
mention.
It would have been good information.
Is that so? Right.
Would this weird guy happen to...
Tell us everything about him.
Yeah, tell us physical appearance, maybe tone of voice. Is he in this town meeting concurrently?
Why did he
Not
buy
in this
poison?
town meeting. He had a French accent, and he wore a beautiful black suit. And he said
Oh no! Oh no!
for some very funky hunting. He was just a traveler, so I sold him his poison and went on his way. He asked for
Sure,
something that could put an animal to sleep for a very long time, so that he can study the animal.
Well, I think we've got our man.
Right,
Yeah.
now...
But
I never
that
did
was the type
that.
of... Was that the
Now,
sort
was-
of poison that they used on Edward?
I have a follow-up question to that. Was his French accent at all convincing?
Oh yes, it was incredibly convincing.
It's not Jeremy. I don't...
Right, well, hang on.
think
You
it's
made
been,
this poison. It's very clear that the poison that you sold to this traveller has gone and been used against Edward. Now, you made
No,
the
I
poison.
did not do this on purpose. Please do not kill me.
No,
I
I'm
will
not
give
saying
you
you
all
are.
my
we're not
blaming
blaming
you,
you, mate.
just
We're not
want your
blaming
help.
you.
I will give you all my horse blood.
No, relax. What you can give us is the antidote to that poison.
Oh
And
no,
also the
no,
horse blood.
no.
What do you mean, no?
It is no antidote.
What
Is there
kind
any sort of relief or to
some
make
poison
one?
without the antidote?
That's so unsafe. Oh my
Look,
god.
It is taken
How long
from a
will
desert.
it last? How long will it last? Give us every bit of information you can about the poison.
Oh, well, as far as I know, it is permanent. It was an experimental poison. I made it from this one plant that I took from the desert in my travels a while ago.
Desert? I hear desert and immediately remember that that's where, like, human song are.
I do not have anything to make a cure on me, though.
Either way,
Wait,
even if
there's
there's not a
no
cure... Wait, you said you didn't have anything on you. Is there anything out there that we could possibly use to make a cure?
I do not know the whereabouts of this plant anymore.
But is there a cure plant? Is there any
Wait.
sort of plant that we can use to make a cure?
Do you know of anyone that might have an antidote? Another salesman?
Well, there is a rumor of a group of desert wanderers in this. I only heard this story once when I was wandering through the desert, and I found these very hungry-looking people. They were very skinny. They do not eat much in the desert. And
It's not my lot then.
They spoke of the druid of the living deadlands.
The druid, a singular druid.
A singular druid, the druid of the living deadlands. If you could find him, perhaps he will be able to cure Sir Edward.
That name sounds familiar. I want.
Right, now,
I take a sip of holy water. We have.
Absolutely, yeah. We need to find out where this living deadlands is, and we need to get there.
also, please, in future, Steve, surely you can back this up. Whenever you make a poison, make sure you've got stock of an antidote.
Absolutely!
That's part of the
Right.
town halls right here. I'm afraid you're under arrest, Holly.
Oh no, I do not
It's
want
part
to
of the
be under-
10
I will give you all
safety
the horse blood.
commandments.
Please, I will give you all of the horse blood.
Now, Steve, that sounds like, to me, that sounds a pretty good deal. I think we let this man continue to have his business, let him run his business, make a living.
Yes,
And we
people
just
need
take
poison
horse
for
blood.
hunting.
I say,
No, please don't. No.
I think we've got to
relax.
beat the living deadlands.
We can't put you in prison because you've helped us a great deal. See,
Oh, thank you. Would you
you're
like
not
to buy
afterwards
horse blood?
yet, however. For God's sake, I don't want your horse blood. Jesus Christ, you must be so annoying.
Phoenix slides him
what are
a
the
couple
uses
quid
to
across
horse
the
blood?
table for some horse blood.
Horse blood can be used for anything you like if you're creative enough.
What
Could it be
use
used
does
for
it recommend?
diluting holy water?
No.
Communion?
No.
Communion
Oh,
wine.
yes, communion, yes. I have seen it used in that way.
So even if it's not holy water, if we use it for communion, no, I can't do this. No, can't use horse blood for communion. No,
I
Right.
can.
even for game mechanics, I can't do it.
Right, well, I suppose in, the grand scheme of things, you have helped us out more than we can ever really
Yes.
say. Thank you. However,
I hope you manage to sell some horse blood in the future.
don't do that again. Don't
you
sell
very
poison to a random traveller. Because look what happened.
Okay.
Steve, why don't we instate some kind of license system? A license system for selling poison and a license system for buying
I have
poison.
my license for horse blood.
Well, that would be...
Yes, but
Steve
horse
made
blood
me do
isn't
it 5
poison.
weeks ago.
Steve!
That would be Edward's decision.
Well, because of this whole poison incident, you're in charge, so...
Don't
What?
say that, oh God! Oh no.
I can't put a lawyer... Once this is all settled, then I'll think about laws like this.
Right, well, we've got the
I
town
can
meeting.
go to my shop now. I need to mix more horse blood.
Yes, go. Be good.
Okay.
Thank you for your kindness.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
Right.
you. Bye.
And he walks off back to his shop.
We've got the town meeting, so
We need to go to the living deadlands.
I took a sip
after
of holy water. Is it just taking some
Yes,
time for
roll with
connection?
advantage. Roll a religion check with advantage.
Right. 15.
Hello again.
Oh, hey, mate. I don't know. Did I call you last night? I feel like I may have done. I'd like to apologise because last night I was very drunk, like very drunk.
Yes, I was very aware of that.
Yeah, I figured you might have been. Look, basically, I am calling because we're now going to be going to the desert, which I think is where you are, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Right, we are supposed to be looking for this Druid of the dead.
Living Deadlands. Do you,
Yes, that's.
Ewan? I'm going to ask you a question,
Uh-huh.
and my current sanity hinges on your answer. Now, who do you think, or what do you remember, is my name?
Well, you see, this is why I called you, because I remember it was Druid something, and I wanted to confirm with you if you
can
are
make
in
the
fact
connection, Ewan.
I did make the connection, because your name is Druid of something, and I was asking you if it was, in fact...
Yes, Ewan, I am the Druid of the Living Deadlands.
Oh, sweet!
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Is there anything
Well, I
else you need, Ewan?
Ask him where he is.
I mean, you were in the desert, yes?
Yes, the desert
Oh, well, then, well...
of the Living Deadlands.
Yes,
Ask him meet up
how...
top.
Yes, could you potentially give us some directions, like maybe a map, how to find you? Because we kind of need your help with something.
When the time comes for you to find me, the desert will it so.
Fair play.
That's not fair play. We need poison antidote.
Well, if we find him, we find him. If we don't, we don't. Fair play, fair play.
And Edward stays unconscious forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
I sense you will come find me soon. I know what you need. And yes, we have it.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
Since I've got you here, I will give you a warning. Someone is in danger this very moment. And you were poisoned. I want you to properly think about when that could have happened. That is all I can disclose.
Right, I want to try and see if I can remember when that possibly could have happened. So I was drinking with all my...
You were drinking.
Nah, couldn't have been then.
Before that,
Before that, I was with all of you guys.
You've chugged a lot of holy water in this
who was
time.
the one? Who was the one that interacted with Harry?
What?
That
Who
was
the
me.
one?
That was me.
Oh, that was you. Hmm.
Wait, do you mean the Vineville guy who was super, or not Vineville, the guy who was super wounded?
Yeah, from the
That was
Northern
me.
Outpost.
Mhm.
When you first find it, that was you.
We need to find that
It was all
bartender.
of you. He was ahead of you.
We need to find that bartender.
It was clear that he was drugged whilst he was drinking.
Absolutely.
Well, at
We need to
least
find the bartender,
to my
and we need
belief.
to find the footballers. But I don't trust the bartender.
I
Okay,
don't
all
trust
of
the
you
bartender.
head down the street to the bar. This bartender is your close friend, Steve. You walk into the bar and you see him
Bullshit.
at his...
I remember last time. Close
He-
friend my ass.
He's at the bar stool just
Jesus.
wiping it down, cleaning some cups and stuff. Oh, hello everyone. This is his demeanour. He's not, like, necessarily nervous now.
Shall I waste my other second level spell
I
slot?
would like to intimidate this man.
Okay, what do you say? Hello, you back here for more drinks?
I slam my hand down on the bar. Right. Listen here. I got poisoned last night, which potentially could have occurred in this establishment. Now, I'm going to ask you one simple question. Did you poison me? Or if not, did you see anyone who potentially could have? And if you know the answer to this question and you do not answer, I will get angry. And I take out one of these cookies, I snap it, and then I look back at him, and it's like, you would not like my strong friends when I'm angry.
Give me an intimidation check.
22.
Okay, wait, I didn't poison you. I was just serving you drinks all night. Okay? Nothing weird happened. You were here with your friends, you were out drinking, a lady said she wanted to get a drink on you, and so I made the drink for you. You know
A lady?
Yes, there was a very pretty blonde at the end of the bar, and she was like, "Hey, pour a drink for that cute one over there." And I was like, "Okay." And then I made the drink and I gave it to you.
I don't like blondes.
Bartender,
I thought you were going to have this big epiphany and be like,
Phil,
someone was hitting on me.
Phil,
Yes.
listen here, Phil.
Yes.
Your name's Phil, right? Phil.
Yes.
I've known you all these years. Oh, wait, it is? Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. The DM doesn't remember, so he's rolling with it.
I just said a random name. We both know everyone in this town. We've lived here years.
Yes.
Why do you just say blonde?
Well, I didn't actually know her. She was just. I assumed she was one of the Vineville refugees.
There was someone else new in the village last night.
Can
Were they
you
French?
remember to work out whether any
Yes.
of the refugees are blonde?
Did they have
She was just a very pretty girl. Do you mean
Was
an
she a
it
very
look-
pretty French girl?
Do an
Did
insight
it look?
check.
Did it look like a wig? Because
Insight
Jeremy
check.
Lemons is bald.
Wait, inside check, you say?
Yeah, insight.
Jeremy Lemons wants to be
2.
back in the game, so he's killing off Ewan Jackson.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy Lemons as a character wants to
You,
be back, so he's slowly killing off Ewan.
Steve, with a 2 on an insight check, you don't really catch anything odd about what he's saying. He's just.
Can
Can
Haley-
I do an inside check?
Yes,
Yeah.
he can.
Inside?
Me
That's an
contemplating
18.
why I would talk to a blonde. Can I do an insight check?
Charles, with Charles already rolled high enough. Charles, with an 18, you notice that he is not the wisest of people. He's very paranoid, but that's just his personality. If he could be tricked, it could be possible. He's not that wise.
Right.
Well, what does Hilda look like?
Hilda is a very short woman. She's got short brown hair.
So, out of
Right.
all of our suspects, the only woman with blonde hair is Caroline.
Caroline
correct?
doesn't have blonde hair. She's a brunette.
She has blonde hair now.
How
dare you!
How old
She
is
has a
night.
blonde streak in her hair, but she
How old
isn't
was
blonde.
this? How old was this woman? I asked the bartender. How old was she approximately?
Oh, she was absolutely stunning.
I don't care about her bloody attractiveness. Tell me her age.
I couldn't tell you. She's like mid-young adult. I'd guess mid-30s.
God, Amy,
Did you catch
never
her
asked
name?
a woman her age.
That's why I ask a man about a woman's age.
I believe her name was Gemma.
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 Right. Right, well...
Did she
I
did
see.
she say what her
Someone
last
else
name was?
Who knows
She
to an
did not.
insight? Okay. The way he said Gemma sounded like he came
And-
over the top of his head.
Did they ever explain why they were to give Mr.
He didn't
Ewan
come
a
up with
drink?
Gemma on the spot. The DM did.
Fair enough.
Right.
What did you say, Charles?
And, did they ever give an explanation as to why they gave, Ewan a drink without even approaching himself?
No, I just assumed it was the classic flirty thing where she found him attractive. even though
Right.
he's
Oh,
not.
many
ridiculous.
people do.
Someone would find you unattractive.
I don't exactly.
I punched Safety Steve.
You almost said Danger Mike.
I did almost say Danger Mike.
Get Danger Mike,
was
that's
just
a dead body that you
buying
still have.
him-
Yeah, it's still it's decomposed now. It's just a skeleton in the past.
He was just buying him a drink as a flirtatious introduction.
Right.
But she didn't go up to him or anything.
No.
How long did she stay in the bar for?
She stayed for a couple hours, and laughed at the football players, and eventually said she gave in for the night, and went home.
So
Well,
did she,
Now,
Sorry.
where is home?
I don't know where she lives. I don't really know who she is.
Alright guys, in the town meeting, one of you keep an eye out on all the villages to see if you can spot a woman with blonde hair.
I think also she stayed with the football players the whole night.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
about the
one of
other
them-
football players?
And did she go home by herself?
They're asleep in their house right now.
She
Right,
went
okay.
home by herself. She didn't go home with them.
She didn't. No, she
Right,
went by
I
herself.
walk over to where all of the players are staying. I bust in and just yell, "Right, team meeting!"
Huddle.
Kozlov, Bronco, and Mendes wake up. Everything all right, mate? Yes, is everything okay?
Right.
Why did you wake
I
us
was
up?
I was talking to a blonde last night. Why didn't you three stop me?
Oh man, you didn't talk to her. She bought you a drink and then you got wasted.
Why did you let me drink it?
Because you love alcohol.
Yeah, you're an alcoholic.
Steve, this isn't about you.
No, he's right. You know.
We're all in the huddle as well.
Also, don't you
Right,
remember I'm part
now
of
I
the
just
team.
feel attacked.
Can I attack him?
I tase Steve quickly before he gets the chance.
You guys,
Oh my god!
while all of you are bickering and fighting,
Right, did any of you see which way she went after she left the bar last night?
No, man, we were with you the whole night.
Right.
Right, well, I'm going to have to ask you lot to have a favour. As we are currently looking for this said person, we believe they're the ones to be poisoning Edward.
Oh
and
yeah,
also...
I probably should have said, I got poisoned last night, and we think it was
Yes.
her.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh yeah, no, I'm fine now. I was at the hospital, got patched up, had some lovely cookies. Mwah. I'm getting the recipe later.
Right, so, to put it bluntly, we're looking for female with blonde hair. That's practically the sum of it. The
That
name
is
of
all we know.
During the
Gemma.
quarantine, we will pay you to be on duty to keep an eye out on all the bonds, and afterwards to round them all up,
Right, okay.
without seeming suspicious in some way. Because I know it would sound weird to round up all the blondes afterwards, but
I didn't see a blonde last night, but when we were out on the town and we were all laughing and singing, I did see a sweet old ginger lady going to that boy's Edward's house. We were going to tell you as soon as we woke up, because it seemed a little bit weird.
Right.
why didn't
Sweet
you go?
old ginger lady, you say?
Yes, she was very short and had very big hair and very big features.
This
That's why I
reminds
was
me of
looking.
someone.
I don't know who you're talking
Eddie.
about.
Eddie.
Steve, give me an intelligence check,
Okay.
please.
19.
You don't know any sweet old ginger ladies in Sunnover town. And
Hamish do a memory check to make sure it wasn't him in drag.
Hamish, you know it wasn't you in drag, but give me one anyway.
Well, I mean, actually, it was dark, so they might have been seen.
That's only a 6.
Hamish, you're questioning yourself.
Under arrest.
Right, okay, well, still, I think we should, keep an eye out for that blonde, because it seems to be the only main lead we've got.
Well, you basically know Edward's day schedule that day. You know, in the morning he had
Went to the library, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to the library. He got out Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters. He had his morning therapy session with Hilda. He had then he met you guys when you came back, and he talked to Harry in the hospital and stuff. And then he had a meeting with Tony, Mickey, and Joey. And then he helped Charles. And later that night, while the boys were drunk, they saw a sweet ginger old lady heading towards his house.
Towards
Right.
Edward.
Yeah, that's what I said, towards Edward's house.
Could this be the work of more than one person?
That's what I'm starting to think.
Fine.
It'd be one single person to buy some poison, and then do this, then do that, with all of these pointing to them.
With
Maybe
disguises.
men made up of
I feel
Jeremy Lemon, old lady, and blonde.
I mean, if it could have been anyone, it would have been Jeremy Lemons using disguise self. But, like, that aside, I think, shall we go to the library? Shall we go everywhere that Edward went last?
Well, I'm sure the team meeting is... Sorry. Excuse
Oh,
me.
yeah, I
yes.
forgot.
I've just woken up. Bloody... Yeah, the town meeting, I assume. We should probably prepare for that. We've got to try and figure out what to tell the public.
And
Everyone give me a perception check.
10.
10.
19.
Are we all giving perception checks? Oh. Okay, it went in the pool table. 22.
Cool. As a group, all of you here. Two gunshots on the far side of the town.
Oh, well, that can't be related.
Again,
Hamish and Charles, both of you can figure out the direction of which building the gunshot came from.
What building is it?
It's just a small all of you run out into the street. Caroline joins you as you're running, and Steve, you know this to be the poison guy's little shop.
Oh no.
Somebody's been assassinated, but it was too late.
I told you we should have arrested him.
I told you that.
Shush, Steve, shush. Don't steal my spotlight.
You walk into the shop. You see it's got hanging bottles and little bottles with bugs in it. It's he's got firefly jars. He's got hanging plants. It's the most intricate looking little alchemist post.
Hamish doesn't believe his eyes at the 10 million fireflies.
You walk in and you see little Harvey on the ground with 2 bullet holes in him. He's I'm going to quickly roll, in the time that you've got here, I'm going to roll for his death saves.
Oh.
Hamish is gonna heal him ASAP.
Before you get the chance to, all of you walk in, he grabs onto your jacket, and he says, "He's master of disguise. Do not trust anyone." All of you here, you have a moment of silence, and you hear from outside the window, "Ha, ha, 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 ha," and a smoke grenade pops into the room.
I feel like I should have said that. I feel like I should have got to say that. He's my character.
Dark grey smoke fills the room, and that's where we'll end our session.
Do you seriously think it's Jeremy Lemons?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, come on.
I know his backstory. I know 100% it's Jeremy Lemons.
If it's not him, I'll be disappointed.
I feel like if it is him, you should have let Eddie in on it.
No, he did. He kind of did.
Oh.
Yeah. As soon as we got to that bit of the last session, I was like, oh, and then I messaged him say, oh, is it Jeremy? It's
Wait, the last session?
Yeah, the one we did yesterday.
Yeah.
What would have told you it was Jeremy? Just that somebody had been assassinated? I can't believe you've brought back Jeremy Lemons.
And how it happened, and how it happened, poison. It's kind of his thing.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. He has a poisonous tit on him.
Oh, shoot, man.
Well, we're going to keep about this. That is all for this week's epised.
Are we going to be bounty hunting Jeremy Lemons?
Jeremy Lemons going to be bounty
Find out next week, Nat. Find out next week.
You know what this tells me, though? We can't kill Jeremy Lemons, right? Because that's Eddie's next character.
Yeah, it's my second character.
So that's why I think Eddie's gonna die. Ewan is gonna die soon.
Oh no!
Find out next week on Brains D&D Podcast. Say goodbye, amen.
Goodbye.
Bye.